guys. I woke up at like around 6, but I wanted to eat, watch a little bit of TV first, and then do the video. So, this is my women's comments. There wasn't really any women's rumors this week, so I'm just gonna do a comments. So this is just gonna be a comments video. Um, Damn it. Okay. So this one is about the Ronda versus Alexa match, and this is how I basically feel about it. I thought it was good for what it was. The only thing that I don't buy are fans saying the way Ronda was beat up by Bliss is bad for business, is bad for the division, because who can pose a threat to her? Bliss has never been known for her skill. There are a lot of women on Raw who can give Ronda competition with their skill. I totally agree. Alexa Bliss has never been touted for her skill in the ring. When you hear commentary on Alexa Bliss, you always hear them put over how crafty she is, how smart she is, and how she can't outwit you. It's never been about how technical or how great her in-ring work was. It was always she was the craftiest, and that's why she was champion for so long and why she won it so many times. You know what I mean? It was the same thing with AJ. With AJ, they never touted her skill. It was more of how she won, her craftiness, her being able to outsmart her opponent based off emotions and all of that. People like Natalya they tout when it comes to skill. They even touted the Bella Twins when it comes to skill. They tout like Nikki constantly upping her in-ring work and constantly evolving and things like that. So it's like there are multiple women on the main roster on Raw that can give Ronda a great match just based off their skill. So I don't know why people acted like Alexa Bliss, dominating Ronda was such a bad thing when one, you knew that the second match of theirs was going to have to be a little bit more back and forth, and they made a good story of it with the ribs. Continuation from the Raw match. So Alexa couldn't believably go up against Ronda, so she had to exploit a weakness, and she had to continue to exploit it. That's craftiness. That's the only way Bliss could be a legit threat against Ronda. And I'm trying to be funny. Bliss is the 5-time women's champion. She has been pushed to the fucking moon. So if anyone was going to try to pose a threat to Ronda, it had to be Alexa for her first feud, I guess you could say. And I feel like they did a good job. It didn't hurt Ronda. It didn't hinder Alexa. It made both of them look really good. So I don't know why the fuck people are complaining about it. Like, Ronda could easily get great matches out of Nikki, Ruby, Ember, Natalya, Sasha, Bayley. She could get great matches on Raw. This was just her first feud. So, in my opinion, that was a good match. It wasn't great, but I don't feel like it was bad either. So, I feel like people just want to complain about shit when it comes to that. And then this is about the people that Ronda can have great matches with and have good feuds with. They said Sasha, Bayley, Ember, Nikki, Natty. Like I said, all those people would be great feuds for Ronda. Great feuds. And Ruby, I think too. I think Ruby has definitely proven herself. Definitely stepped up her game. And I think that she could, bring something against Ronda as well. This is about the Super Show and how Smarks are mad that they're using people like the Bellas and Undertaker and Triple H and all that. Raw is always using aging has-been stars, Brock, Kane, the Bellas, and even bringing back the already retired HBK to wrestle instead of using their current roster. And then someone said the Bellas aren't that old, they're only 34, and people still want to see them, so why not? This is why I cannot stand that fucking argument. The same people that are like, oh, the Bellas are too old, oh, John Cena's too old, are the same ones that want to push fucking Bobby Roode, who's 1 year younger than John, okay? They want to push Finn Balor, who's in his mid to late 30s, who want to push Nakamura, who's in his mid to late 30s. Okay, AJ Styles, who's around the same age as John. Like, stop using fucking age as a reason to say they should not be pushed. If they could still fucking go in the ring, they could still do great storylines, put on good matches, do good promos, and get the crowd invested. On top of that, make them money and bring asses in seats. Why the fuck shouldn't they use them? Why? Because you don't like them? Oh, the fuck well. There's a reason, not trying to be funny, but I'm sick and tired of people using that fucking dumbass logic. They bring back people that they know is going to bring in a pop, is going to bring in money, and is going to bring in an audience. That does not mean they hate their current roster. It just means for this show, we need asses in seats. And as much as this person may be talented, they don't have the other attributes that someone like an Undertaker or Triple H or Bellas or HBK would bring. And they hate to fucking admit it, and it is annoying. The Bellas aren't old. They are 30 fucking 4. Victoria was wrestling well into her 40s, and she can still go till this day. Okay? Becky is in her 30s. She's closest age to the Bellas. Natty is 1 year older than the Bellas. Charlotte is as closest age to the Bellas. Multiple women on the roster are in their early to late 30s. Please stop acting like age really has been a factor when it doesn't in a lot of cases. If you can still go and you still can make them money, can still create a pop, can still give good storylines, can still put on a great match, and can put asses in seats, I don't have an issue with you being used. Especially if they're putting other people in the spotlight as well. Like when Nikki came back, she was used to perfection. Would I have loved for her to win the title? Yeah. But her side storylines helped keep me invested in the women's division if I wasn't invested in the title picture storylines. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand business. Y'all are the type of people that are, I like who I like. I won't take anyone else in the spotlight. And if anyone else is in the spotlight, I'm going to bash, I'm going to complain. That's y'all mindset. And that does not work in WWE. WWE is a business first and foremost. If the person that you don't like can't make them the amount of money that a Triple H or Undertaker or Bellas or Kane or HBK can make or can bring them, they're not going to be on that show. Sorry. And I honestly wish that they would. This is why I hate that fucking argument of age should be a reason why they shouldn't come back. Fuck you. Because there are plenty of people being pushed right now that are close to the age as all of those people, and those people can still go. So shut that shit down. And like I said, if people still want to see them, why the fuck not? They've popped for literally all the segments that the Bellas have been in. They've popped for all of Triple H and Undertaker's and HBK's segment. Like, come on now, why the fuck? Like, that's stupid. That's dumb. That's not how you do good business. And I'm pretty sure that the people in WWE do not mind seeing the people that they grew up still doing their thing. I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck that the Undertaker is wrestling. You want to know why? Because they grew up with him, and they're like, holy shit, I get to see the Undertaker wrestle. I get to see him wrestle live, backstage. I get to see him walk backstage after he's done wrestling. I never would have thought I would see that in my life. That's what they're thinking. They're not thinking about, oh, they're a part-timer, they shouldn't be this. No, they don't think like that. Only y'all do. Next comment. I'm just gonna leave this here because this pretty much sums up my opinion about Monday and Smarks, I should say, because a lot of the fans on Twitter and in the live audience and even people online were like, they're doing a good thing with the Bellas, building them up and shit. It's only Smarks that are complaining. But Daily DDT on Twitter said, a note, the Bella twins put their physical safety on the line for your entertainment just like everyone else and has always been committed to the WWE universe, and they deserve your respect. Totally agree. Just gonna leave it right there. I don't have time to get into my Bella twin soapbox. Also, for some strange reason, Cage Side Seats, and I love this website, I do, but the people, I forgot the guy's name, but a guy did an article basically complaining that WWE is building up the Super Show. And this was a comment that I feel like very much was my sentiments when I read that article. He said, I don't get your rant. We clamor for WWE to do these big live events on the network and then whine because they promote them. What? Especially in Super Showdown's case, since for the men it's the only pay-per-view in October. Exactly. Like, y'all complain that they don't do these live house shows often, but then y'all complain when they build them up. What the fuck do you want? What do you want? Seriously, like, at some point, y'all just gotta stop trying to overthink shit and just enjoy it. Because for me personally, there have been multiple times where WWE have announced shit for a show a month ahead, and I'm like, okay, that looks like a good card. I may be into it. And then once they start building up to that card, I really get into it, and I'm into every match. Even the match that I wouldn't give a fuck about, I got into because of the build-up. That's what they're doing here. That's what they should be doing. You think that Australia is pissed off that they're building towards a story, towards a show that they haven't had in fucking forever? No! The Australian WWE fans are probably ecstatic as shit. Y'all need to remember that US is not the only fans that the WWE has. The WWE is global. They are world fucking wide. And it's fucked up that y'all feel like because y'all don't like it, that means that the Australian fans can't get a great show, don't deserve a built-up show. That's bullshit, and that's fucked up, and that's selfish in all honesty. And I'm not talking about the person that did the article, because he articulated his point very well, but the gist of the article just had me fucking confused, and it just made me feel like you just wanted to complain, in my opinion. So, but I don't say names, so. But I do understand certain people's gripes, but a lot of other people, they're just complaining to complain to me. Oh my god. And then this is about Becky being a heel. Oh my god, I swear to god. I'm gonna start fucking blowing a fucking gasket when it comes to Becky. Like, I'm already probably not gonna watch the SmackDown AfterBuzz show because of this Becky and Charlotte shit. And I already am starting to get pissed off with Becky fans on the internet, and it's just like, stop trying to be a booker, stop trying to be a producer, stop trying to be the person backstage, just be a fucking fan and enjoy it. Like, y'all are annoying. Y'all take the fun out of any and everything. Y'all complain when WWE doesn't build up shit, and then when they do build it up, and they build it up to what you want, then you want to make conspiracy theories about how it's the opposite of what WWE wants, and it's the opposite of this. And it's like, just shut up and watch. Shut up and watch. Stop with the fucking conspiracy theories. It says, can you really call her a heel when she's getting the biggest pops on the show? It says she's a heel who's being cheered as fits in an age when heel turns and heel cash-ins get major pops. And then the last person says she's a heel who gets cheered. Why is this so hard to understand? I don't get it. And then someone said, me either, and I think it takes away from a great job of how she's doing and playing a heel and is making her a complete star. Totally fucking agree. Like, people need to stop doing this whole, oh, she's not a heel because she gets popped. There's multiple fucking heels that get pops. Come on now. Miz was getting pops day in and fucking day out. When Nikki was playing a heel, she got pops. When Sasha was playing a heel, she got pops. When AJ played heel, she got pops. Okay? Like, people seriously need to stop with the whole, oh, if they get cheered, they're not a heel. Fuck out of here. You cheer them because you like them. Cool, but that does not mean that they're not a heel. And you saying that because they get cheered, they're not heels is taken away from the great work and the great effort that they're putting into their heel characters. And that is fucking annoying. Don't take away their hard work that they're putting in simply because they're getting cheered. They're getting cheered because people like them. But if they're healing it up and doing a great job with their character, then yeah, they are a heel. And Becky is a heel in the story. She's just a heel that people relate to, which is fine. Doesn't mean she's not a heel. This was about the Diva Dirt. And I'm to the point where I'm not even going to look at that website anymore. I just feel like it's a female version of Read It and Wrestling Inc. And I can't deal with it. Like, I've been on that website probably since like it first started, and I don't want to discredit it or be bashy about it, but that's a website that I felt like was all about all the women and about every woman being given a chance to shine and all that. But in reality, even the people that write on the site, that write the articles, are like smarks in the sense of, I'm going to bash any and everyone that's not popular, or any and everyone that the people hate, and I'm going to only focus on good wrestling and not the effort that people are putting into characters and mic work and in-ring skills and all this. And like literally, Raw had literally everything you can possibly want when it came to the women, in a sense. And the article basically bashed the whole fucking show, and it's just like, I can't support this site anymore. Like I can't. I tried my hardest, but I just can't. Y'all can continue to support. I'm never a person to say because I can't, you can't. No, continue to support that site. Continue to support those people. I personally can't. From the beginning until now, I've realized that like it's nothing but a female smart site, and I can't. I won't. But this was a comment on the article from Monday. It says, what was the Redux like when it was a 30-second Kelly promo, then a Kelly versus Brie 2-minute match 8 years ago? Be more adamant, more thankful that we have so many segments to watch instead of derating it every week. We know it ain't perfect, but it never will be. I agree. Like, not trying to be funny, think about where we was even in 2013. Like, not trying to be funny, and I love the women's division, but like before the Bellas came back, I was not interested in the women's division like that. I still watched, but the women's division was damn near non-fucking existent. Caitlyn wasn't on TV. The only women that were on TV were people that didn't wrestle. Okay? AJ was managing Dolph, and it's just like, it's like they're acting like it's that era again, and it's like, no. We had a backstage segment of 4 women, and Wanda wanting to get advice from the veterans in the locker room, okay, which led into Ronda wanting to do an open challenge, wanting to be a fighting champion, okay, which led into the build-up, which led into Natty's music, which Ronda was happy about. She was like, okay, I can prove myself against my trainer, cool. So that shows that she's willing to go against any and everyone, even her friends, okay, just to prove herself, to show that she's a great champion, okay. That led into the build-up towards the tag match at Super Show, which will most likely build into Evolution, okay. We had the continuation storyline of Dana Brooke with her match with Bayley, all right, which was a good short match, okay. Then we had the little Mean Girls type segment with Alicia, and Mickey, okay, which led into their tag match. We got a return of Nia, okay, we got a great tag match. Like, what the fuck? Raw was perfect for me when it came to the women last week. So I don't know what the fuck their issue is, but compared to even like the first half, even like the first few months of 2013, this show was fucking awesome. And it's not perfect, and I have my criticisms, but I'm not going to just derade any and everything simply because it's not something that, not trying to be funny, a Smark wouldn't want. That's bullshit. I may not like all the things that Smarks want, but I'm not going to derate it, and I'm not going to just bash it. I'm going to bash the shit that don't make sense and that, you know what I'm saying, is illogical. But a lot of the shit that happened on Raw this past week was a continuation of something. It helped build to something. So I don't know what the fuck their issue is. Like, y'all are never going to be happy. I've just come to realize that y'all will never be happy, and any and everything WWE does will be wrong, despite the fact that they give you damn near everything you want or think you want. And then this was also a comment about the Super Show and why it's good that they're building it up despite the fact that they already announced the card. Just think of it as Lord of the Rings, which by the way I don't watch. It's not the destination, it's the journey. It wouldn't be the first time that the spoilers have led to increased interest because people want to know how they got to that result. Sometimes it even puts butts in seats. Exactly. And I've said that before. There were times where I watched where the card was announced like a month ahead, and I'm like, okay, cool. I could, get into it, but I wasn't really, like clamoring for the show. But then after 2 weeks of build up, I was ready for it to be the next month already. And this could very well happen with the Super Show. And once again, Australia don't get shows very often, so you know that this place is probably going to be sold out. So for y'all to degrade it and bash it is, in my opinion, fucking selfish as hell. Alright, and then this is from Jake on Twitter. The women's revolution isn't about opportunity and equality for select women. It's about opportunity and equality for all women. We have talent. Definitely agree. Don't need to say no more. Here's the tweet. Oh, damn it. Can you see it? Literally, look at all the talent that we have. Look at all the talent that's on the WWE main roster right now. And people only want 4 out of those people to dominate the whole division. No, that's not fair. All those women put in work. All those women put in time, effort, and energy. It's not fair that 4 of them get to dominate. No. Like, people are like, oh, the Riot Squad is being squashed. And it's like, do you really think that the Riot Squad are mad that they are in a storyline with 3, in all honesty, of the biggest superstars that WWE has? Do you really think they're mad about that? Do you really think that they're upset about that? No, they're not. I guarantee you they're not. People were probably like, oh, Carmella's probably mad because she had to lose to Nikki in her first feud. Carmella was ecstatic about that feud. Carmella even said that feud helped make her on the main roster. That feud helped get people into her. Like, people feel like because they think something, that's what the superstars think, when most of the time it's the exact opposite. And it's just like, I can't help but laugh at how fucking illogic and stupid they are. Illogical and stupid they are. And then this was about contracts when it comes to WWE and pushes and all that stuff. And someone said there's a lot more that goes into this employment decision for both WWE and the talent than whatever push they think they do or don't deserve. Very true. They are under long-term contracts, and this is about Sasha and Kevin. They are under long-term contracts, Just because right now they aren't at the top of the card doesn't mean they won't be in the future. It's actually pretty rare for someone to be in a main event picture for several years in a row without going down the mid card for a while. I think Sasha and KO are very talented, and both have been champions in the past, and we'll begin at some point. You just need to have patience. My thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. Both of those people are super, super talented. They are super, super valuable to the company, but they were also built up for like damn near 2 years straight, and now they're building up other people. They're not always going to be in the spotlight, but they're giving KO, some type of story of just him going irate and beating people up. Sasha has her shit with Bailey. They're building them up for possible women tag titles. So it's not like they're not doing anything. It's just that they're not in the title picture. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes the storylines that don't involve the title are the ones that help get the crowd most invested. But yeah, that's my video and comments for this week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.